Hello, today we're going to look at the Redrum, which is a drum machine that is one of the modules that Reason provides. I've already got a Reason screen up here. The mixer is already there, as it should always be. And the next thing I'm going to create is the Redrum. The Redrum has 10 columns on it. Each one of these is where you can trigger a different drum from. All of which together form what's called a kit. And in fact, right down here, you'll notice it says Disco Kit. Is that RDK? Can't quite read that. And this is where you would go to find other drum kits. There are many Reason drum kits that have different sets of drums, but we'll stick with this one for now. It's pretty basic. And the way that you use this is pretty straightforward. At first, don't worry about any of the knobs that are on the screen. They are functional, as is everything in Reason. The only thing we're going to be working with are the select buttons, the buttons up here, so we can hear what it is that we want to trigger. Make sure you don't trigger or push the mute or solo buttons, because that will cause only that track to sound or not sound at all. And we want to look at this window down here. This is where the functions, which actually play the beats, will be accessed. So the first column here has the sound of a kick drum. And I want to do a kick drum beat. Right now I've got Reason set to 120 beats a minute. That's what it defaults to. That's fine for now. My kick drum beat, I want to sound something like doom, da-doom, doom, da-doom. Now I happen to know, excuse me, that musically these are the same as 16th notes. If you don't understand that, don't worry about that. But what the idea is that every four of them group together to one beat, and it subdivides into 16ths, 1 eanda, 2 eanda, 3 eanda, 4 eanda. So every group of 16 is one measure of music. Again, if you don't get that, it's okay. You can certainly use this without that knowledge. Having that knowledge gives you more power to be able to create effective drum beats, but there's plenty of music that is created on machines like this without that knowledge. So that drum beat that I was just saying for the kick drum, boom, da-dum, is 1 E and 2 E and 3. I'm going to make the first one and the third one louder. Medium, hard, and soft is the selection of how louder or soft the individual drum hits will be, and the colors will change on the basis of that. So if we want to listen to what I just did, we hit run. Or we hit play down here. Either way. The next drum I select here is the snare drums. You can play any of the drums without selecting them, but by selecting it, it's ready to be told what to do by the buttons here. So I want a very simple beat with a snare drum, something on 2 and 4, second and fourth beat of the measure. So this is the first group. That's 1, 2 starts here, and 4 starts here. And together they sound like this. Third thing, what do we got next? It's a rhythm egg, one of those. It's like a little shaker. And I'm going to select that. And I want the notes or the rhythm that's on the beat to be louder. And then the rest of the notes I want to be less loud. But I want something on every single 16th note. And altogether that sounds like this. Right now I want to show you something. The little shuffle button here makes a difference in the sound. So whether you want that or not is your own choice. I do think, though, I want to put these a little softer. Let's listen to that. Yeah, that's better. I want to put the hi-hat which we have closed and open on the eighth notes, medium, and I want the open one on just that last 16th. And there's my first beat. So I have something behind the kick drum. I put something on the snare drum. I put something on the rhythm egg, and I used the hi-hat, both the closed hi-hat and the open hi-hat, to combine to make that nice drum beat. Shuffle. In this particular case, it's a very subtle effect. Now, the next thing that we need to know is about our pattern area here. And this is where it gets interesting. If I go to pattern number 2, there's nothing there. I can build another pattern. And now let me just do one. And I'll use the symbol this time on the ends of the beats. And I'll put my snare drum on 2 and 4 again. Whoop. That's not what I meant to do. There we go. Beats. All right, so let's just call that my second beat. And if I want to use both of those in a song, then what I do is I actually record my button presses here to change from one beat to the next. I'm going to slow this down a little bit. Put it down to 100 beats a minute, make it a little easier to be accurate. Oops, going the wrong way. There we go. And I've got the Redrum selected here. I'm going to put it in record, and we'll see what happens. I'm going to start with pattern number 1. One, two, three, 4. One, two, three, 4, stop. And now, if I go back to the beginning and just hit play, watch, there's a green line around here, which means that there is automation. And it will switch where I switched automatically. All right, there is another way to use that. We won't go into that in this particular video. I hope you have fun with the Redrum. The possibilities are truly endless. And your assignment for next week, working with Dove, the sub for the first couple of days, will be simply to come up with some beats and record them this way. getting them to change back and forth between one another, and then saving your file. Saving a file in Reason is very easy. You just go to File and hit Save, or Save As if you need to rename it, and you leave it in your folder, and that's all we need to do. Okay. Reason. Save that.